Hi everyone, Jonas Enstrom from Science Filmmaking Tips here. This clenched fist here is not any subtle protest or anything like that. In my hand, I'm actually holding what may be the future of social media video. This is really cool, an exciting day. Let me show you what I have. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Insta360 GO. Honestly, this is insanely small for a camera. This is actually being released on the same day that I am releasing this video. So I've only had a couple of days to play with it. I got my hands on one of the prototypes before it was released on the market just to test it out. But again, 3 days of testing the camera out. There are some limitations to that, of course. So I might have missed some cool features. But let me tell you what I know. This is a completely new, innovative way of thinking video. It is essentially an action camera. People are going to compare it to GoPro, compare it to Sony and Garmin, all the other kind of action cameras that are existing on the market right now. But I want to say is what they've done with this camera is a kind of a new niche to the action camera market. The whole strategy behind it is basically never miss a shot and get your shots edited and uploaded to whatever platform that you're using quick and easy. Let me talk you through how it works.
First, we'll look at some cool features of this new camera and then some specs and how to operate it, and last I'll talk about how to work with the media that you get. The Insta360 GO camera has been labeled the smallest stabilized camera in the world. That's right, it has a built-in stabilizer similar to other cameras coming from Insta360 that I've talked about in previous videos. But to put things in perspective, it is about the size of a AA battery but doesn't weigh as much. 18.3 grams, that is just slightly more than 3/4. And you would think that there would be a lot of shaking footage coming off of a tiny camera like this, but I am actually really impressed by the stabilizer. Now, one thing to understand is that this camera is pretty much made for quick shots and easy uploads. Therefore, it is made to shoot either 15 or 30-second clips. That's it. Nothing longer than that, although clips can be ended shorter if you turn off the recording before. All clips are then stored internally in the camera, so no memory card. The coolest thing I think about this camera is that it is magnetic.
So we all know that there are all kinds of accessories and attachments for all of the action cameras that are out on the market right now, but just the fact that this thing is magnetic really opens up a whole new range of uses for a camera. Just see this, for example. Maybe not the best attachment, but this is something I could do if I wanted to. Take it off the magnetic plate that I have on my chest here now and just stick it to the shock absorbers of my bike like this. I can get a short clip like this, which would have taken me some advanced accessories with many of the other cameras. But just the number of possibilities here is amazing.
Such a simple feature really, but so useful. It comes with a magnetic pendant to wear under a shirt. The camera just snaps in position and is ready to shoot. And of course, there's a whole set of other attachments as well, but it is the magnet that does the main job. Now to the more technical part. These are the specs. Shooting resolutions are captured in 2720 by 2720 pixels and 25 frames per second in the camera, but then exported as normal Full HD 1080. The big square resolution allows first for the stabilization, but then also for different export formats that I will get to in a second. The GO can also shoot both time-lapse and hyperlapse in camera, and these are obviously shot for longer than 30 seconds. And it can also shoot slow-mo at 100 frames per second, but this is done at a lower resolution. Everything is powered by one button that is located on the back, but you press the camera on the front to activate. Press once, the camera starts to record. Hold the button for a couple of seconds and activate the standby mode, and from here we can take a photo, start a time-lapse or a hyperlapse, or shoot slow-mo at 100 frames per second. Alternatively, the GO can be paired with a phone via Bluetooth and controlled remotely, which is also useful when you shoot stuff like we do. Another cool feature is that the camera comes with a charge case that both works as a connector to the phone and as a power bank. So when the battery on the camera is going low, put it in the charging case and power it up again. To get the clips off of the camera, you go through the GO app and then plug in the charge case to your phone. Select the clips that you want in the app and download to the app library. From here, you can either export the clips to your phone album or edit them up first in a preferred aspect ratio, and we can add music and filters and a bunch of editing possibilities. Then either upload to social media platforms directly or export them to the phone. The different aspect ratios basically mean that you can prepare the clips for the different platforms that you want to upload to without losing any resolution, because the camera captures everything as a large square. If you want to use the clips in the video on YouTube, 16 by 9. If you add it to an Instagram story, 9 by 16, or if you want to add it to a post where square is better than 1 by 1.
I'm hoping that this is going to be the solution to my Instagram and social media stories problem. I never seem to find time to post stories. I'm hoping this is going to help me with that. All right, so that's the Insta360 GO. It's being released the same day as this video is being released, so go and check it out. I'm putting some links below. And if you like photography, filmmaking tips and tricks, and also gear reviews like this one, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you click that little bell next to it too, you will get a notification when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you in the next video. There you go.